Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 126 of Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch. So, ship time. We have how many colonists? So we have 22 pods we need to make. There are ways to space them up more efficiently, but I'm just gonna not do the sort of efficient meta loading so that we have a prettier ship. Just personal preference. So how many is this? This is 12. Plus I won't even need it, I don't think. So we need 22 total. So that's 22 right there. Ta-da! Cool. Well, we'll get the ship built. That's going to be a lot of smithing, a lot of advanced component manufacturing. Very, very expensive. I think I'm going to suspend the high explosive shells. Let's get the synthetic heart as well. I'm going to have Apollonius make that. Build 10 crematoriums and get cracking. Nah. It's so much easier just to set them on fire with Molotovs. The problem with building a bunch of crematoriums is it still requires us to haul the bodies, which is the bulk of the labor anyway. So just torching them, definitely faster. Wow, that synthetic heart is getting made quick. Way faster than I thought it would take. Alright, Blizz's master should be Raptor, or if there's going to be mood problems. Just realized that. Hey, Sujuka! Your net is finally reconnected, so you can join us? Awesome. What happened to it? No, I probably don't want to know. I mean, you can share it, but I don't want to make you feel like you have to. So I've got about 45 minutes left of shipbuilding. This is me trying to play on 3 speed. This is how absolutely choke-clogged the map tile is. Another way to deal with the corpses a little bit more effectively is let's do small little drops of corpses so we can cluster them together to make them easier to burn, but not so many that we would trigger the storyteller's firefighting mechanic. So little 36 corpses at a clip probably won't trigger the firefight mechanic. I don't think. And that could help speed this up. There is a mod called Wildfire which disables the firefighting mechanic if you're wondering. You'll have to find Wildfire Continued because the original author didn't update to 1.3, but MLIE I think updated it, if memory serves, and Shellbell just gave birth. So let's get that giveaway going. There's the giveaway timer, and good luck to you. It's a female, so let's also sterilize. NPR Fanboy is also late stage pregnant, so that should be done pretty soon. We also have some of these bison have the flu. They got the flu a little while ago, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Just Australian internet? Fair enough. Good as reason as any to drop your internet connection, I guess. especially if you're in the outback. If you're rural Australia, I can imagine it'd be real hard to try to stay connected. So the walls have been repaired and replaced, so we don't have any holes. Yeah, the raffle's up because of another bison. Exactly. Oh, Polius, let's finish this heart. And then, Shredder, you are almost healed up from the torso stabs, but I'll have Mama Raptor or Mallet do the surgeries here. I'll have Mallet, because he has the highest % success. Although his success chance and Eli's success chance are literally the same, because they were both 2%. 2% fails. If this fails, the injuries to your torso are not good. But failing twice in a row would be... Oh, he was also inspired. No problem at all. You survived. I think you've had 2 of your major surgeries failed, though, if I recall. So that's pretty bad luck. So, yeah, we're starting to stockpile these bodies up. The other thing I could do in these bodies, let me just do it like this. This might be a little faster. Is so that they're snowproof. I'll put a pillar over them, and then it doesn't really matter if it. Oh, these are steel. Let me do stone so that the roof doesn't collapse on my head, though. So that could cause a whole different set of problems. So what stones do I have a lot of? I have a lot of sandstone. So let's do this in sandstone. And that way, we can burn it even if it snows. It won't matter. Operation Ditch the Bodies. My poor processor's just like, what are you doing to me? Petition to let Viper clean while inspired. Alright. You're already set to clean, though. I don't actually know why you're hauling. I guess there's nothing to clean. That's why you're hauling. As long as there's something to clean within the base, you do that. Quest available. Shelter for a friend. They want shelter at the outpost. No, forget it. Should I delete the trade outpost? What do you guys think? Should I just get rid of it so it stops issuing me garbage? So we have enough Plasteel for all 3 engines. One of the other problems that we're going to have, almost certainly, is a lack of Plasteel, because we're nearly to... We're not nearly to 0, but we only have 400 left, and there's obviously more than 400 worth of Plasteel construction for this ship, so I'm going to start long-range mineral scanning for Plasteel. I'm also going to shrink the corpse zone down a lot, so that some of these corpses just get burned. I didn't hear the giveaway timer go off, but it did. Eli, you already have a character, so I'm going to re-roll it. Byron. Congrats. 'tis yours. Where's that little bison? I don't know how long we'll have it as a character in the colony, but there it is. Little Byron bison. Oh, it did go off in stream? I guess I've heard it so often that my brain just filters it out now. That's like background noise. It's probably not a good thing to have happen, but can't help it. So now I can very easily expand this zone to where the roof is. Doesn't need to be perfect, I guess, but it really isn't perfect. But yeah, it'll make it a lot easier to burn. And there's a lot of bodies to burn. I might just do a cross pattern of like that. Wendigo red cross right there. All right, you guys say yes. Get rid of the trade outpost. Bye-bye, trade outpost. That will actually speed up the game files a bit as well. One of the advantages of getting rid of the trade outpost is then everything that was in memory at the trade outpost can go poof and no longer be my problem. It's a little lopsided, but it will work. Is there a mood penalty for abandoning tiles? No. Not unless you abandon with people there. So if I had, like, colonists that were abandoned, that would be a mood penalty, but I didn't obviously have colonists there. Amr Thrash, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. The animals already set the hull. They're already on the animal hauling zones. So we're good there. There's some corrections to their zoning now. They should not come inside. Alright, I think that's correct now. Another thing, this deep drill could be reinstalled over here where there's Plasteel. I'll build a copy for it. Actually, I'll build 2 copies for it because to power up 2 drills and a light is already 2 power cells. So I might as well have 3 power cells. So this zone here should be unroofed and then broken down. And Randall Thor, thanks for gifting out to Sylvie Wolf. So congrats, Sylvie Wolf. On a new wonderful benefactor. Alright, so try to, when you're done eating, build. So the other thing I have to make sure is that nothing of value is within the burn zones. Because there might be some drugs or luciferium or, you know, whatnots. Might be some valuables. So, need to make sure we don't burn anything that matters. So this little zone here, let's see, I have a lot of slate, so let's build this in slate. There's no rhyme or reason to this shape. Just a weird shape. There is now sort of becoming a rhyme or reason. This will make sense in a second, once I'm done fumbling around with the keys here. So install that there. So now I have places for the 2 unstable power cells, and that's behind a double wall. Done. Can I call anyone in? Well, not with Ambers. I feel like there's only maybe like 2 or 3 Wendigos in the base that don't do social, and I always manage to pick them when it comes time to choosing trade triggers. I have an uncanny ability to do that. So we're almost done with the column burns. It's a skill. Yeah, it really is a skill I have. And we are going to have one heck of a corpse pyre in a minute. So I think what I'll do is just call this good enough. And then forbid the remaining corpses. And then move on to another one. Call it good enough, and then we'll have people let them up. I don't mind that there's a few miscellaneous corpses outside. That's not much of a problem, because, you know, who cares? It's more about going for the bulk. So this one's good. This one's good, because there's not a lot of corpses nearby. And this one needs to be expanded. There's also a lot of weapons that need to get moved before they're burned. If we care. I may not. This one doesn't even have a stockpile, but it will in a minute. Oh, come on, moles. All right. Cowley, I don't know why you, but let's have you start letting these things up. It's not so much an honor. It's more of like just a annoying responsibility, so. You can think you're being honored, but I don't think that's really what it is. I'm also going to just send a few people to move some of the drugs out. Seriously, Ambers? I'm gonna nickname you Smarty in a minute. God. Running through fire. Alright, that pile looks nice and scorched. I probably have triggered enough fires to have the storyteller want to snow on me. So we should see snow here in a second. Not that it matters, because these guys are all, under roofing. And only jade around here, so I'm just gonna forbid the jade for now, so that no one tries to grab it as the corpses are on fire. Jade can't burn, as I was mentioning earlier. Someone's on fire, though. Oh, Dem Taco's just torched himself. Well. This reminds you of the zombie playthroughs? I get that. Oh, and there's a solar flare. Don't worry, we'll make our own sun. Okay, the other piles are like just not yet ready for Scorch and Torch. Are you still on fire? Probably not. It would be... Yeah. Alright, I'm going to do this the more fun way. So instead of having to remove the roof, which is going to take like an hour, because removing roofs take a while, I'm just going to have my minigunners shoot the column and just collapse the whole thing. Because I really cannot be bothered to use my constructors for like an hour removing roof. So much faster. This is the sort of the premise of the roof fall traps. A little bit. Is to have weak columns where it drops a roof on raiders' heads. Okay, once Marauder's out. It's way more effective. So the true meta would be to do this with overhead mountain so that you can just mine it out with someone with mining arms and then just drop it again and again and again and again. Am I done with raids? Yeah, I've been done with raids for a while now. Alright, let's see how many corpses I got now. I've gotten rid of several hundred. Inspired creativity with Reactor. Oh boy, what should I make? Royal bed. Billiards. Poker. Poker table. What else? I'm not gonna put a shelf down. Tamarin, thank you for the resub. And congrats on hitting a full year. Hey, I could have put hospital bed. So one of those four options. Oh, Shredder, your priorities haven't been reset since your death. And then, Ms. Rapta, you're not going to be allowed to construct, craft, until we vote on that. Vote timer's up. And then a prediction. Will the craft be legendary? Yes or no? Construction of 16. For reference. Oh my god. It's a lot of corpses we're going to be able to get rid of. There's still some more weapon hauling to be done there. Alright, this is probably good enough. One more ogre nut. Actually, for this, I need to do the forbid tool, because there's a lot of miscellaneous corpses that are not going to be forbidden otherwise. Alright, so the deep drill for Plasteel is nearly ready to go. All that needs done is to move the unstable power cells. And this is built so that the unstable power cells are physically separate from the rest of the facility, and the rest of the facility is doored in as well. And then I should put a wooden door there. And then force this open. Done. So this is ready for some torching. This is not yet ready, but it will be soon. And then this is almost ready for torching. I just need to move a few weapons. I could even, anyone that's nearby, force haul. Although it doesn't much matter. It's not so much about, like, I don't care about these weapons, because I don't. It's more like I don't want them to set on fire and then chain react. Or for someone to try to grab it as everything else is on fire and then for them to burn themselves. So we have a hospital bed. Got it. And the predictions have been submitted, so I will start that in just a second. We'll see if it's legendary or not legendary. So I'm having Zertranda here just try to get some of this stuff moved away so I can burn. And NPR fanboy just gave birth, so raffle timer's up as well. And good luck to all of you. I might kill some of the older Uh-oh. Big old plague for everybody. Oh man, almost all my doctors got the plague too. So, yeah, Raptor, I don't know where you're going to the hospital? Yeah, you're going to the hospital. So let's do this. Raptor, Mallet. Raptor, before you actually go into the hospital, I'm gonna have you make a hospital bed. And Shredder is going to preach health so that you don't succumb to the plague, but I don't think you would anyway. So here's this prediction. Maybe. Oh, you're not assigned to construction. Yeah, that's my fault. All right, everybody else that is plagued should be in the hospital beds because they're higher quality than regular beds. Legendary. Congrats, legendary crew. Will the craft be legendary? It is. 45% of you have been rewarded. I'm breaking down one of the lamer beds and having Raptor... Oh, Eli's in the way. Raptor will then rest on it. So I think... Yeah. Eli's the only doctor that did not get the plague. Because... the Angel of Death views Eli as an agent of death, I think. And therefore was spared. So what do I have? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And they're all resting. The ones that are in lower quality beds are going to switch. So the 2 good beds are now sit to empty. Good. Hey, Viper, you want to set some corpses on fire? You probably do. I mean, you are a social deviant, so pyromania not that dissimilar to drug obsession. In my eyes. Viper just wants to clean. Well, the sooner I burn this stuff, the sooner I can clean it. That's a lot of corpses. How many corpses is this, by the way? This alone is 128 corpses. I'm freeing up, like a, so much memory. And over here, this is 135 corpses. So these 2 stockpiles is almost 300 corpses. Like 260 or something like that. I'll just let the fire spread. Alright, and this zone is good enough now. Let me do forbid. I don't want anyone trying to haul the jade while I burn them. Oof. Right onto Barbara's head. Yeah, the reactor raids did send easily quadruple-digit number of raiders at me. Like, I probably got a few thousand over the course of the 15 days, I'd imagine, something like that. So, that's why there's so many corpses here. And yeah, I know I eat corpses, but... And if my my game's performance wasn't suffering as a result of the corpses, I would have kept them. But obviously, I started to suffer just like physical game slowdown as a result of having so many corpses here. So now we're down from like 800 or whatever we were at peak to a very manageable 200 something. And there is the giveaway. So good luck. And oh, Simon Koss something. Congrats, it's yours. Oh, and you need to be sterilized. I think out with the old, in with the new. So, Dogman, NPR, Maxu, Terror, Do Village. Actually, Do Village, you're not that old. Just so that I don't have to spend so much time feeding them. So these plaguers, let's see. 1925, 3114, 2519, 2616, 3118, and 47. Oh, because of pre-chell. Yeah. Holy crap. That's fast. No problems there. Nice. Give me Plasteel. All right. Oh, Viper, what are you not wearing armor now? All right, Vipers, the trainer, and Slast are going to collapse the remaining pillars. So they can't be used as cover by enemies or come down on my head anytime in the future. And then Viper, I'm going to set you to clean. Like you've never cleaned before in your life. So I'm going to move the armor requirements from 75 plus to 95 plus for the helmets. And this helmet should be made with, okay, it is made with Shredder, but Shredder is currently plagued, so it's going to be a minute. I like how the game still wants to warn me that I have some sort of collapse. It's like, got it. Uh-oh. And Nellie's poor nomads. Oh, never mind. This is... Do you want me to admit 14 nomads? Should I take on nomads for supper? I think you all know what that means. Tricks Flip, thanks for the sub. The resub. And you're welcome. I absolutely love being able to do this for you all, so as long as you all want more content, I'll provide content forever. Until the day I die. For those of you that have seen some of the new Zomboid stuff, how do you feel about that compared to what I would consider traditional? What are your thoughts? Something I probably ought to poll, but yeah, what are your thoughts? Penny for your thoughts. If only I could easily give pennies for thoughts. I can't. No, about the YouTube stuff, not about the patch itself. And you guys say, maybe ignore the nomads. Here, let me put a timer on that. I can't foresee anyone disliking the 41 Zomboid update. But, yeah, I have no idea why anyone would dislike that. it's an amazing update. Toss a coin to Mike Yoda. How about some peanuts? Yoda doesn't have need for coin. He's not Khajiit. But he likes peanuts. Enjoying the miniseries? That's awesome. It's more a question of, do you want more of that style or not, than anything else. What I could do is pull. Here. Might as well just do a formal poll. Get a poll from you all. I won't even use the overlay poll. Alright, I'm rejecting these little nomads. We aren't Winter's way station, so... Bye-bye, guys! What is the timer? Oh, wow! You're already over your wow. Plague be gone. Holy cow, that was fast. Not to say that these others are lagging too far behind, but they're all in the 50s. Raptor's done. I guess that's a mix of like, no, it's not even. I don't even have like an immuno enhancer. It's just the preach health works so quickly. It seems just crazy fast. Oh boy. So, corpses left, 192. Much more manageable. And I think what I could do is, put another column here and queue up a dump. Was it 7 by 13, I think? Yep. So this will be corpses and bows. And Pilla. Start to get rid of some of the weapons we don't want. So as I predicted, we would not be done. I didn't think it would be possible to completely 100% finish up. Which is pretty reasonable considering the amount of resources and construction time the ship takes. Maybe if I made it much more of my focus, but obviously the reactor raids takes a lot of time out of you, you know? Why the pillar? Yeah, to support the roof so we could burn while it's snowing. Exactly. I could have nestled it up against my my walls so that we didn't need a roof like that, but it's just easier to roof it up with one pillar. It's not like I'm hurting for the stone or anything like that. Persona Core offer. That's cute. I could not care any less about a Persona Core offer. I already have one. Unless somehow I mean, I guess it's possible that my core, like, breaks. That someone destroys it. But I don't really foresee that happening. I'd have to super screw up for that to be true. So here's my ship computer core with a core offer. I think, in a way, I would even consider this... Oh, a pet Yoda that I missed. I would even consider this a bug, because the game should It's offering me a core because it detects that I have space research, like I have all the research for spacefaring, but I don't have a core in my inventory. But that's because, of course, I built it into the computer core, and I feel like the game should know that. I feel like that's something that should be detectable, so that it doesn't offer you a second core unless you lose the computer core. Just my 2 cents. Mayhaps I'm wrong. So these are the rest of the corpses, just because I want to mostly pull out the corpses from around the reactor, so the reactor isn't littered with corpses. It's not to say that I'm necessarily going to burn these all. It's just I'd like the option to if I see fit. Oh, yeah, I just got rid of my thrumbo. Oh well. Didn't mean to do that. Don't let Eli work on the core and I'll be fine. I'm going to switch around the priorities here so that this is low and this is normal. That might actually screw some other things up, but we'll see. Game is definitely running a lot smoother though. The other thing I probably could do without too much harm is unsuspend the slag, because I'm not going to need the million slag that I have for crafting helmets. Is this the hardest difficulty? It is indeed. It is indeed. Well, okay, sort of. There's a caveat there, because this is the hardest Yoda default difficulty, but you can customize your difficulties to be even harder. So this is losing is fun, but the thing is, there's custom difficulties, so if we take a look here. Losing is fun is set to this, but if you wanted it even harder, you could just drag all the slider bars, you know, to be... I don't know anyone that plays like this, because harvest yield... Like, technically you could have harvest yield 0, mining yield 0, butcher yield 0, like, you could just destroy yourself with sliders, but... At that point, it's barely a game anymore, right? So, technically, it's the hardest default difficulty, and that's why I say default, because there's always those sliders. I don't think anyone plays on the hardest difficulty, because you can't, at that point, you can't mine, harvest, you can't do anything. Do you think given enemy NPCs sidecast abilities would be an improvement? I think it would be really cool if they could do that. Absolutely. It would make them dangerous as if they were like... It would make them even more dangerous than the enemies that can Doomsday or triple. But it would be a lot of very hard programming code. So unless one of the employees at Ludion is really good at programming in enemy AI, which, given how simple the enemy AI is, might not be the case. I'm not trying to, like, insult them or anything, but it would be very difficult to do well. The AI using sidecasts would be a difficult thing to code. So I think it would be pretty cool. Imagine getting neuroquaked. Oh my god. The thing is, there would be a lot of counters to it too. Like if an enemy psycaster came in, I would see, like, imagine, I'll just throw a hypothetical. Imagine you had an enemy psycaster come in on you and try to berserk you. If you could use your psycasters to counteract it, because enemy psycasters, if there was enemy psycasters, hypothetically, their sensitivity would be higher, which means that they would be even more susceptible to being psycasted as an aggressive countermeasure. So you'd have casters versus casters, you know, like sorcerer versus sorcerer, wizard versus wizard, something like that. So there would be a lot of really cool battles in that way. One good example of enemy psycasting would be to look at the RimWorld of Magic mod, because the RimWorld of Magic mod obviously has magical abilities, and enemies that have those abilities can use them against you. The thing is, if we use that as a basis for understanding what it would look like, the player will almost always be able to outperform the AI. So, yeah, it would be, I would agree, it would be really, really cool. But I'd imagine that even in the best of scenarios, the enemy Psycasters would suck at it, and it would not be, they wouldn't be all that effective. But still, like, it'd be pretty cool for them to do. Ducks. Hi, ducks. Alrighty, we are just about wrapping up. I'm just going to sell some of the stuff to the traders that came in. I probably have enough steel that I don't need to buy it. And I'll just sell all the damaged clothing that I have and everything else that I don't need. Oh, that's more than they can afford. Let's see, is there more stuff to sell? I have a hard time believing that I don't have drugs that they wouldn't want, but I guess that's the case. No, that's about it. What's my relationship? Gift 11? No problem. Done. Wow, the overwhelming majority says you haven't seen it. Well, and then the 2 people that have liked it, and 1 person didn't. That poll did not yield me any sort of helpful information, but thank you for voting regardless. I started a little late, so I'm going to go a little late, but only a few minutes past. How'd the reactor raids go? Did you think that I'd pass with flying colors? I'm surprised, I mean, I did definitely get a few raids that had really heavy triple and dooms. So it's not like I wasn't unchallenged. But if I was to say something, I'd say that I was rather surprised there wasn't more. I'll put it this way. I really lucked out that anytime that a pod drop raid targeted me, I didn't have a single pod drop raid target my orbital trade beacon, which was strange. I would have expected more to target the orbital trade beacon, and I'm not sure why they didn't. But regardless of that, the ones that did target me, only 2 of them ever landed in my colony, which is unusual, I would say, because I had a few that targeted me, but just didn't. They chose Wendigos that were just not home, which is obviously a massive benefit, because then, you know, I didn't have to defend. I had 1 crown raid right here in my crafting room, which was pretty nasty, and that's probably the one that pained me the most, because this is a very small room and there's no room for maneuvering, so it was very tricky to defend against that one specifically, because I could only fit so many people inside the room. And then the other one, which was the colonies raid up here, which was annoying because they destroyed some heaters and lights and stuff, but it wasn't all that challenging because the colonies don't have good weapons compared to the crown. The crown has the Zeus hammer and persona swords and stuff like that, whereas the colonies were weak. So in terms of raids, there wasn't any pod drop raids of, like, you know, I would say, like, if it was a pod drop raid where it was like mechanoids landing on me, that would have been a lot harder than anything that I had to face. Or if the raid that had like the you know, a dozen doomsday launchers and whatnot had landed inside my base, that would have been kind of a nightmare, because that would have, I don't think I would have been able to not have a huge swath of my my base not die. Am I going to cut this blight? No, I'm not. I just turned off the basins. It's way easier. It's one of the advantages of hydroponics is if you have a blight like this, you could just turn the basins off and the crops will die automatically and you don't even have to cut it. So in about 15 seconds, all this rice will die without labor. And then I'll just turn them back on, get growing again. Oh, look! Light be gone. 'Tis magic. I do like how they're huddling around the roof. And I don't even have the Trader Zone mod on. Shoot the pillar quickly? Oh. How to instantly turn my plus 100 into something terrible. In one easy step. Thank you for tuning in to Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 9th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, Wendigos.